In early February, Facebook took a big earnings hit, and the stock of its parent company, Meta, tanked. It blamed Apple, warning how that company's recent security measures would cost $10 billion in lost advertising. Facebook's admission is the most concrete data point so far about Apple's app tracking transparency feature and its impact on the advertising industry. In a blink of an eye, targeting and tracking capabilities on iOS devices transitioned from opt-out to opt-in, and that changed everything. So, how are consumers feeling about ad tracking in 2022? And given all the negative publicity overshadowing Facebook and Instagram, are users abandoning those platforms for something else? Our EVP Research Analysis, Lee Jacobs, will share results from NuVoodoo's January media study next.
Now that consumers have more control over their digital footprints, marketers are relying less on ad tracking and more on contextual relevance for targeting. For video campaigns, NuVoodoo can find viewers in real time based on what they are about to watch. We use AI audio recognition technology to understand what's being spoken inside a video before your video advertising runs. This is how we find the best ad placement for your message, by matching it to the appropriate content. NuVoodoo's hyper-targeting is available across mobile, desktop, and connected TV. To learn more, contact us at tellmemore@nuvoodoo.com.
NuVoodoo's media study, conducted January 4th and 5th, includes interviews with 3,298 14 to 54-year-olds from across the nation. Our screen sample of compensated respondents is balanced for gender, age, and ethnicity. We last took a look at privacy issues in June of 2021, about a month after Apple began ratcheting up its toolset to make it easier for users to avoid having their location or online activity tracked. Consumer reaction was nearly instant. Nearly 2 in 3 told us they opted into app tracking at best occasionally when we asked that in June, and nearly 40% reported opt-ins as rare to none at all. The appetite for location tracking has eroded further in the ensuing 6 months, with now nearly 3 in 4 giving permission only occasionally, rarely, or never. Remember, our sample includes users of all operating systems, not just iOS users. For app makers and advertisers, Gen X users are by far the most resistant to tracking, with fewer than 1 in 5 opting in often or always. The numbers improved to just shy of 1 in 3 members of Gen Z, while millennials, at just a tad short of 40%, appear the most receptive to having their data used by apps to make their ad experience more personalized. Tracking resistance, data breaches, misinformation, and adverse psychological impact on users. Social media and Facebook, Instagram in particular, have been weathering a monsoon of adversity. So what's been the impact? Are users abandoning these platforms for other choices? Here we trend 5 semi-annual studies dating back to January 2020 and reported daily use of each major platform. Despite seasonal fluctuations, overall daily use is remarkably stable, given the life-changing pandemic that's affected all of us. YouTube used daily by around 2/3 of our sample, Instagram at slightly better than half, and Facebook somewhere in the middle have remained consistently in our top 3 with our overall sample. Snapchat does appear to be down slightly, and TikTok's explosive early growth has flattened out as of late. Cracks appear in the Facebook facade with Gen Z, where only 2 in 5 use it daily. But this is nothing new. In fact, we've seen it in the past few studies, and Facebook's duopoly partner, Instagram, picks up the slack with this generation at 60% daily use. Snapchat and especially TikTok make it a horse race, though, with the closest clustering of daily Gen Z use rates we've seen among these platforms. But for millennials and Generation X, Facebook and YouTube remain comfortably in the lead and dominant among social apps. Interestingly, the Google app and its owned and operated subsidiary, YouTube, maintain the consistent, strong, cross-generational, everyday use we've seen in most of our recent studies. And that strength is maintained when we look at chronic, one might even say addictive use, at the 3 times a day or more often level. Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram generate compulsive use by 1/4 or more of our total sample, with Google's platforms attracting heavy daily use by around 1/3 or more, and with significant cross-generational strength. while the Facebook-Instagram duopoly skews older and younger respectively in its chronic use metrics.
Since advertising effectiveness is a function of both reach and frequency, NuVoodoo's marketing team places particular emphasis on these compulsive daily use rates when formulating digital marketing plans for clients. The foundational 4 ad channels, whether used in combination with other strategies or as a standalone basis, they're the linchpin of a successful NuVoodoo campaign. If you'd like to learn more or we can assist you in your planning for 2022 marketing, just drop us a line at tellmemore@nuvoodoo.com.